Hi, welcome to Hope in the Light of Suicide. I'm Tammy. I'm your host, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Bobby White Foundation. Thanks for joining us. The title of the show is Busy, Busy. I mean, it's just that time of year, seriously. We just got off of Art for Hope, which was awesome. But, it really it takes a lot out of me sometimes. National Suicide Prevention Month is September. This is what, we're doing. But it's not just a month for us, it's a daily thing for us. And for a lot of people who are loss survivors or have suicide ideology and struggle with mental health. So even though they put the focus on it this month, it's every day, 24/7, 365 days a year for a lot of us. But that's what it is. But we couldn't do this without my producer and our station, Area 52 Media Group, and the support of my producer, John, behind the scenes. He kind of sometimes has to help keep me grounded a little bit. I just appreciate him so much. And we also have our one of our sponsors, Dylan Gaston, with the mortgage firm. Just love her dearly. Anything mortgages, I mean, I can't emphasize enough. She's the gal to go to. So, yeah, everything keeps going day to day. So, our support groups are going to be coming up here shortly. Again, it'll be for October. Oh, well, yeah, we'll do that first. Support groups. Spring Hill is October 8th at the NAMI office. And Newport Richey, West Pasco is October 16th at the Oasis Coffee Spot, 6:30. Both meetings. It's a safe place to come. People understand what you're going through. Everything stays, with us. So, and I know sometimes it can be really hard just to show up. Sometimes it's really hard for me just to show up, even like here today. But when you do and you're around people who understand what you're feeling, it is so helpful. So if you're in the area, you don't have to call. If you want to meet me ahead of time, just to see, I've done that. I don't mind. I kind of like talking to people and getting to know them, and want you to feel comfortable. So, anyway, so that's what we're gonna do. And I think I have to remember. My brain is literally not working real well today. We have a fundraiser coming up Tuesday, the 30th is with Sky Zone. It's in Tampa. It's really not that far from here. I mean, sort of, but it's not. I'm really looking forward to the Sky Zone. Oh, the first one. There we go. It's my friend Deb. She used to work at she was a framer. She used to work at another frame shop here in town, and her and I got along really well. And we used to send work back and forth to each other. But anyways, the shop she worked at closed, and so she went to work here at Sky Zone and found out that they do fundraisers. So this will be kind of a fun night. I guess it's a trampoline park, sort of. We have one here in town. I'm gonna have to check them out and see if they do the same thing. But it should be a fun night for a couple hours. 20% of all the sales, food, socks. I guess you have to buy special socks. Will be donated to the foundation. So I'm kind of excited about that. Something new that we haven't done before. I think it'll be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I don't know that I'll be jumping on a trampoline though, but it should be fun. And then also, I think I know I had mentioned last week that Pasco County Parks and Rec they're still doing a mental health thing in the fall. They moved their walk to May, but they're doing a mental health week, a mental health awareness week. And that's going to be October 1st to the 11th. And I actually didn't think I was going to be able to attend because I was really supposed to go out to Colorado, and I'm still waiting to hear. Hopefully, they transfer it to a training, suicide grief companioning the mourner, I think is what it's called. But I had to postpone that to next year because we just have too much going on. So anyway, so they recreate your mind is what they call it for Parks and Rec. So they have all these cool things going on, and it's spread out throughout the county. It's not just on the east side of the county or just on the west side of the county. It's throughout the county. So, and you just go to that QR code and you can sign up for any of these things. They have some really neat. The Pilates in the park it's October 11th. That's at Veterans Park. That's here on our side of the county. I have to look at the times because also on that day, on the 11th, they have Pause and Reflect Kitten Yoga. That's what I want to go to. Then actually on October 1st, it's a virtual thing, Wreck the Stigma Movement Challenge. That's virtual. So they have all these things going on all week for Parks and Rec, which is really cool. So there's a number on there you can call for more information. Go on do the QR code thingy dobber, and it's a great way, especially this time of year, leading into the holiday season and stuff. To check in. And you'll be with a lot of people. Parks and Rec does a really great job. Kim and Deanna, they came to Art for Hope this year. I was so happy to see them because I don't get to see them very often, and so lots of good stuff here for everybody in our community. So we've also, this is why things are really so crazy. Is our first walk. We've kind of taken over the walk that we used to have in our county, and now we're doing it on our own here. And it's Pasco Walk for Hope 2025. It's at Sims Park where we've had the walks in the past. Real nice park. You can sign up on the website. That's all live for walkers, teams. I just put up also, if you want to donate to a team or to a walker, there's a portal there that you can donate towards that team or towards that individual. And I'm still working on, hopefully by this weekend, it was supposed to be last weekend, vendor and sponsor sign-up sheets. I've been asked about it, and I'm just like a little behind because it's a lot. There's just so much, but it's exciting because everybody, the community is excited about it. And I think a lot of the excitement towards the walk is the fact that they know that the money that we raise is for the first time going to stay in our community. It's going towards resources for people in our community. And the hope is that when we get this walk under our belt, that we get to expand to Hernando County, the county north of us. That's where we have our other support group. And excuse me, we can have a walk for Pasco County and a walk for Hernando County. Hernando's never had a walk for this, but fortunately, the day we have our walk, NAMI, is actually having a walk in Hernando. So if you're in Hernando County and you want to participate, go to NAMI Hernando, because they're having a walk on the 8th. But ours in Pasco is here on November 8th. We're getting things together. People are signing up online. And if there's any questions, just contact me at the office here, and we can help you. We're super excited about it. We've got we got a bunch of volunteers signing up, which is really great, because we've always had kind of issues with that in the past with the other walk, but it's going really pretty good. It is pretty exciting. So, and then one other thing, and we have, like I said, this time of year, it's fundraiser after fundraiser after fundraiser, and sometimes it can just get to be a lot. But one of the organizations that we're a member of is Pasco Aging Network, and they're having their fundraiser. And the reason I'm sharing this is, number one, it's at the Greek church just right by my house. So if I had to, I could walk there. But they're having their fundraiser, Boots and Bling. And the reason that I bring this one up is because the money that they raise goes to scholarships, no, grants, funding for organizations in our community that serve our senior population. And in our community in Pasco County, the majority of the suicides is our senior population. We had a safe meeting the other day, and we had 4 suicides in August, which was down tremendously from July, I think was 9. But every single one of those suicides, the age demographic was the senior population. And August was 2 women and 2 men, which is a little bit different than what the population typically is, split 50-50, but they were all of senior age. So, and that's one of the things that, we really try and hit here in our community. And I have the flyer, but I don't know even where it's at. I showed it a few shows ago where our Safe Coalition put together a flyer for the seniors, and it is directed towards mental health and suicide, with a bunch of resources. And we're getting them into the Publix pharmacies. And one of my tasks this week is to take a bunch of flyers to the Publix pharmacy over here by my house in the Shops of Golden Acres. So I will be doing that. And hopefully, they're supposed to know that there's a possibility of them coming. So hopefully it's pretty well received. And we just get this information and the resources out there to people. I think once people know that there are resources and there's help out there, maybe we can start to help curtail this a little bit more. But that's exciting. The Safe Coalition, the team that worked on the flyers, did a really, really good job and worked really hard to put together the information so we can get it out to the community. I was going to take that. Oh, yeah, I was going to take that pan too. But I didn't go to any of those meetings because they all fell the week of our hope. So I'm kind of like a month behind in that. But we'll get it to them in October for October's meetings. So that's, really I'm excited about the Boots and Bling thing too, because I like the country thing and the blingy thing. So it'll be fun. Get to dress up a little bit, but still be a cowboy girl, or whatever. So, anyways, but and when I was sharing all this stuff with you guys, it sounds like sometimes, and maybe it's just me in my head. It's like, oh, you're so busy, you got all these things going on, blah blah blah. But still, sometimes it is really, really hard because sometimes it just gets to be too much. Too much peopling sometimes. But I still have to fight, once in a while, up and down with my emotions, and to not get into the doldrums. And I think one thing that happened last night, and I think it's still kind of lingering with me. Years ago, when Bobby and I would go to uh, art festivals and stuff, and we'd pick something up. And this was actually when we lived in Fort Lauderdale, and we would just buy like one or two little things just as a thing for us, like from our experience. And we had seen this. There was a guy who did ceramics, and he did mugs and bowls and stuff. And so we had picked up, and we'd seen him like at two different occasions, like 2 years in a row or whatever. So like one year we bought two mugs that he had made. And then another year we bought two bowls. They were like big soup bowls. And they were just like really cool artisan type things. And years ago, one of the bowls broke, and one of the mugs broke. And I was always, back then, I was like, oh, it's just a mug. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. We still got one. Well, we had one soup bowl and we have one mug. We still have two of the little tea mugs. But last night I was on the phone with my cousin, and I had done some dishes, and some dishes fell, and the bowl and I was going to use it last night. The bowl went flying onto the floor and just shattered into a million pieces. It was the last one. And my nonchalant attitude that I had years ago was totally gone. I was so upset. It was the last one. And it's part of, because it was part of our memories of Bobby and I and things that we did. And I was still bummed. I think I'm still bummed out about it today. And I just got to work through those feelings. But it's hard sometimes. But if I somehow I just need to switch it over and focus on something else. But it's hard. I know I can focus on something else because I got a phone call today from a new customer for the gallery, and I'm gonna be framing a Mike Evans football jersey. I'm so excited about that. So if I can get out of this little funky thing and think about what's coming up later, that'll help get me past the sad feeling. But it is so hard. But I know this afternoon I'll feel a lot better when I get to that. And I think though, and after I got off the phone with him, Mike Evans got hurt last week. And I don't think he's going to be playing for a few weeks, which is kind of sad because he's a really good player. We need him. But they did good at the end of the game. We still won last time. But anyways. So now some really super exciting stuff. All the other stuff was exciting too, but the last couple months I've been talking about this action group that we got started with our Rotary District, and part of that is a thing that we're trying to get going here in our community is the Building Better Bridges. Now, this flyer here, this is really super important because that map of Florida, as you can see, like where we are in the orange, or well, kind of tannish colors, Tampa Bay, Pinellas and Hillsborough are purple, so they have more. So what this actually is a depiction of is how many mental health psychiatrists are available to the children in these communities. So as you can see in Pasco County, we're just north of the purple. We have 10 or less for 3 of our counties, Pasco, Hernando, and Citrus counties. 10 or less mental health psychiatrists for our youth. And as you can see in some of the panhandle counties, is the red. And some of those counties, they're very rural. They don't have any. So our goal is to get the pediatricians. They're starting with the community health care centers to get the pediatricians to go through. It's a 5-hour course, and Rotary is paying for it. You can get a scholarship, and you go to that website down there, and we have the website. I have it pulled up here too somewhere. Nowhere. Oh, there it is. Okay, so you can go. There it is, right there. You could go to this website, and you can actually learn all about. I mean, it took me like a month and a half probably to really understand the program, and I have been in touch with Premier Health Care, which is the biggest one in our county. We have, I don't know, maybe a half a dozen clinics in our county, and Hernando County has 2, but they are going to be expanding. They're going to open more clinics in Hernando County. So you take this 5-hour course, and it counts towards their continuing education. It's free because Rotary is giving the participants the scholarships, and it lays out this groundwork, and it makes it easy for the pediatricians to, if they notice something's going on, like they have it broken down into with these handouts for the families. They have it broken down into understanding anxiety, understanding depression, understanding ADHD, behavioral problems, and they have these handouts that are age specific, and they're developed so that the children of that age is understandable to them. So there's a combination of telehealth involved. It is a great program. It's been implemented in Collier County, which is a few counties south of us, I think for 3 years. And in the 3 years that this has been implemented in that county, they have been able to help nearly 7,000 children between the ages of 6 and 17. 7,000 children who would not have gotten mental health care in that time frame. They say, and this is in conjunction with Boston Children's Hospital, and Boston Children's Hospital, Harvard Medical Center was involved. There's a few other, but that's what the main part of the program is going through. So it's exciting because, and I had shared this one time before, it can take, I mean, and this is on a good scale, 8 to 10 weeks before a child can get any mental health care. That's on a really good scale. Oftentimes, and especially in those rural counties where we showed you in the panhandle of Florida, sometimes it could be 10 years before a child gets help after the first onslaughts of noticing these behavioral challenges. And that's just not acceptable. I mean, we had a few months ago a father contact the foundation looking for help for his teenage children because their mother had just died by suicide. And it was going to be 8 to 10 weeks before he could get them in to see anybody. I was able to make a couple phone calls and kind of do a workaround. It wasn't ideal, but at least we could get them in to get help sooner. These are kids that are at such high risk at this time in their life that 8 to 10 weeks could be life or death. Seriously. So, I've been in touch with, and I was sharing this with John earlier. I thought next week I had an appointment with the director of behavioral health on Tuesday, but it's been postponed to next month. But at least we are making progress and trying to help them understand what this program is, how it's going to benefit Premier, or there's another healthcare clinic that I need to get in touch with, and how it's going to benefit our community. So this is something that we've been working really hard on. And now that, I got a grasp of it really good, so it's easier for me to talk to people about it. And actually, our Rotary group is going to go to one of the county commission meetings in Hernando County and let them know about this and what we're doing with our mental health initiatives action group. So things are starting to roll, and it's exciting. It's exciting. But our time is coming really super close, and I want to share my quote. This just really hit me this week. I wish I had hugged you just a little bit tighter that day. I didn't know it was my last chance. And that's why we do what we do here. So please have these numbers available, memorize them, have them in your phone. Easiest one is call or text 988. Be aware of the people around you, because you could just be the one person that gives them hope. Because I still truly believe that there is hope. It is my maiden name, but I still believe there's hope. So have a good one, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.